What's up, guys? It's Davis.
And it's Zach. It's kind of whack.
Now, before we start, just want to say the thumbnail on the YouTube video was something that happened just before we started. He has to get his sillies out before the.
See, I always
episode
think I'm
starts.
safe, but he's like, that's thumbnail.
Because I'm recording.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm recording at least 30 seconds to a minute before we start. So.
Okay, I'll just have to do it like right as soon as I join the call.
Right. You'll have to just be like, that's thumbnail.
No, what?
All right. I already found both thumbnail pics. Let's go. Anyway, first thing is, why didn't we upload last week, Zach? Why didn't we upload? Why?
Oh my
why?
God, this man like got born in April.
That's not why we didn't upload,
So we had
Zach.
a birthday.
I did have a
like,
birthday, but why didn't we
bro.
upload last week, Zach?
Yeah, I got my second dose.
Yeah. And he was out for another week. We'll get into that later. He's going to tell his entire story, but we're going to dedicate this like a minute to me being like, it was my birthday last week, so now I'm 18. Okay. Happy
Illegal?
birthday comments.
Illegal.
I am now legal.
You are illegal.
I'm illegal.
We can no longer be friends. It's illegal.
You're only
You're a
like
creepy
6
adult.
months apart.
You're hanging
from me.
out. You're
Oh,
hanging
gosh.
out with
My
a
voice
minor.
cracked.
Why are you doing that?
Ah! Oh no! A miner. I didn't know you worked in the coal mines. Anyway,
Okay, just go. That hurts. Just go.
Yeah, so we have a lot. So this week, we're talking about our vaccine experiences. Zach will start, talk about his first, then I'll talk about mine, and then he'll talk about his second. Yeah. And then next week, Zach, we're gonna post next week.
I mean, I'm done now. So
No, I
yeah, like
Next week we'll do movie thing that we promised
Oh,
we
yeah,
were gonna
movie
do
thing.
this week,
Movie
but
thing.
we'll actually do it next week because we weren't post.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
we
the
break
story.
promises like that. We break promises like that.
It's his fault.
No, that's
His fault. Sorry. On my screen he's to this end, but on your screen he's to that end. So I have to point this way when I'm. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. So what happened, Zach? Tell your story.
No, I talked about the first one, didn't I?
No, you didn't. We like hinted at it, but we didn't like go into the details. You want to like talk about it from the beginning?
Let me set the scene.
Yeah. There you go.
So I already explained this because I was very mad, and then I vented on here. But I got signed up for the Moderna, and we drove all the way out about an hour, if not a little more. And because I'm driving personally now, I get very car sick when I'm not driving. So that was a rough ride. I hated
This
it.
man weak.
Yeah, weak Canadian blood. Moving on. So we get out there and we're filling out all that information. And mind you, this is information that we had to submit online to actually book the appointment. It wasn't like, oh, you get there and then you give all the tings and stuff like that. No, like this was all there. This is how you signed up and everything. They're just, I think, double checking things. So we're like right behind the person because it's a drive-through vaccination location, and so we're literally one car behind the injector human being, the nurse. You know what I mean?
The injector human being, yes.
Yeah. And then so she gives us paperwork. We give it back to her, and then my dad was like, "It says on here you have to be 18 to get this." He's like 6 months away from being 18, and she was like, "Yeah, it's fine." And then she walks over and she was just like, "Yeah, so I told him it was fine." Like you could tell that was the conversation. And then her supervisor or her boss, whatever, was like, and it's like,
Because they probably could get into some legal trouble.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So she came back over and she's like, "Hey, I'm sorry, we can't give it to you." And
Bye.
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, I had to sit in the car and wait for everybody else in the car to get it, and then we left. But I was mad because I had to drive an hour back, also very nauseous. I'm also very bright for some reason. I don't know. But um yeah, it was a rough ride there, rough ride back, and I got nothing out of it other than bad feelings. Um so I was kind of put in a bad mood for the rest of that day. It was a no bueno.
I
And
remember.
then the next day, so my sister, my older sister, she has a friend who works in the military. I think Air Force technically or something like that. Whatever the case. Um, and he got deployed down here in city shopping mall. And he
City
was kind of
shopping mall.
just, yeah, a city shopping mall. I didn't want to say the name, but
Yeah, no, no,
um,
don't. It's just funny.
he was like facilitating people from like where they checked in across to where they would get you know, the vaccine of the Pfizer, which I can actually get since that's 16 and up. So we get in there because he tells my sister that they're having walk-ins, and this is the next day. So I wake up at about 10. I come downstairs, and my dad's like, "Get changed. You're leaving now to go get the vaccine." Okay.
How
So
early
we
was that?
drive. It wasn't that early. I
Oh,
just
okay.
stayed up till like 2 a.m. So,
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah.
um, but yeah, so we get out there again, rough ride, nauseous, ugh, badness. We had trouble finding the entrance, but that was because we were on the opposite side of the building. And funnily enough, the thing, the operation is open about 2 hours before the mall itself opens. So they have
Oh,
one entrance that you can actually only enter through. So we were
interesting.
trying like all the side entrances and everything to get into the mall because it's in the mall, and you can't. So we had to drive all the way around to
When
the one place
wait,
that you can go
was it
through.
like 8 o'clock?
No, it was like the mall didn't open till 12 or
Oh
something like that.
wow.
Yeah, get there 11, I think.
Was it oh, it was a Sunday, that's why.
Yeah, it was a Sunday.
I forgot about that.
Big brain.
We posted probably that morning.
We did actually. Um, so I finally get into the building. We walk through, fill out the paperwork for a walk-in, and it was very funny because he was like, "I am being a good friend and getting your little brother what he needs to get." So we filled out the information, and then he's like, "VIP's coming through," and he like helps us cut the line and just takes us directly to the place we need to get to. Um, it didn't hurt at all. Like I literally did not feel the needle enter my body.
Nice. I've heard they're
I did
really
feel the
small.
alcohol wipe.
I've heard
Oh
they're really
yeah, I
small
mean it was
needles.
like,
I
and
don't like if I look at a needle before the vaccine before I get it, I will have a panic attack. Not a full on
oh
like
yeah,
actual like
I
panic
actually
attack
stare
panic
the
attack.
opposite direction
No,
while
yeah,
I'm
I do
getting
that
it.
too because if I see it, I will freak out. I won't like start like convulsing or anything, but I will like
The tension
tense,
rises and you get a lot more anxious. Yeah, yeah,
which you don't want to be tense, which is why I look over there and
yeah. It
go,
hurts way
"Oh, look
more
at
when
that
you're tense.
wall. Look at that wall."
But yeah, it's. I think the needle size is like half of the normal like tetanus one or something like that.
Oh, well, tetanus shots are really big though, I think.
Yeah, I know that's why I'm like.
Yeah.
But
They're not
yeah.
that big.
So it wasn't that
Oh.
bad. Oh, good. There you go.
Can you
That you
imagine
see
if they were
that?
like this big? Oh my gosh, dude.
It's a freaking.
That's a
It's not
sword.
a
That's
needle
like
anymore. That's a
a
cylinder.
rod. It's like a
Yeah.
spear size.
God.
Those mini
But
swords on the end of
a
like
mini sword,
guns.
a bayonet,
Yeah.
mini swords
Dude,
on the
they're like
end
this
of
big, which is a
guns.
mini sword, and I
You
don't
know what they
remember
also call mini
names.
swords?
I don't know names.
Knives.
No. That's a short there's swords, short swords, and knives. There's a difference. There's also mini swords which goes in between them now.
That
Because I said so.
okay. Either way,
Shows how
I
much
get
I
out of
know.
there, I get back, and then on the way back there, I'm not feeling too good. I mean, also I'm still very nauseous because I'm weak. But I get a cup of coffee. It was actually a frappuccino.
Dude, I
Really
love
good.
those from Starbucks.
Oh, we actually got it from McDonald's because
You can get
there was a
fraps from
McDonald's.
McDonald's? I didn't even know
Oh
that.
yeah, they have pretty good fraps. It tastes a lot like a milkshake,
Not
but it's a good
sponsored.
frap.
Hashtag not
Hashtag not
spawn.
sponsored yet. Um, but
Imagine.
I
McDonald's
get
makes a lot of
home,
money.
I drink the frap, I eat food, and then I'm like, I'm feeling kind of tired. I'll take a nap. I pass out for like the rest of the day pretty much. And then I wake up and I feel terrible. Body aches, extreme nausea, a headache to end all headaches, and then the fatigue. Like I went to sleep tired and I woke up more tired. And then it was like that for a week. So
That's
that
crazy.
was that one.
Because I had a very different experience. Um, I mean, I mean, everything about the story was completely different. We went to a CVS, I think, or Walgreens. I can't remember.
One of those
One
pharmacies
of the
around here.
the big pharmacies, you know. Um, and we like did it online. Mine was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. I don't know.
If you're
Uh,
due next week, it's the 3 weeks for the well, did you
is
get
it
Moderna or
4 weeks?
Pfizer?
I wasn't
It's
18 yet, so I had Pfizer.
right, so 3 weeks. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, something like that. 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm getting my next one next week, next Thursday. So I will also just like tell that story quickly in the next podcast or the podcast after that, depending on how when we have time to record. Uh, it's all a mess. We aren't
I
organized
mean,
in the
we're also coming
slightest.
up on finals here, so
That's true. Oh yeah, my AP exam is on Wednesday. Uh
I opted out.
anyway, that's because you're struggling very hard in that class, and that's okay,
Oh,
you know?
very much so. I don't even want credit. Continue with the
Well,
story.
I
I'm
mean, seeing
interrupting.
as how I got a 2 on my AP Lang exam, I don't know how good I'm going to do on this, but we'll see. One of them was a lot harder than the other, I will say though, because it was one paper, whereas AP
Oh, that's
Lit,
very
yeah, it was the worst. AP Lit will be multiple choice and 3 papers. So hopefully I'll get better than a 2. Who knows? APUS was a 1. We'll see. It was also one paper. I am not good at fast writing. In 40 minutes, they expect you to write like a 5-page paper. That's not true. That's not true. But they do expect like a
I don't remember
5 or 4 paragraph essay in like
in
40
40 minutes.
minutes, which is like
That's reasonable.
10 minutes per. No, it's not, dude.
I did do that in 8th grade.
What?
Yeah.
No, I'm not good at timed writing. I just like my brain. I have to like sit there and process the scripture. Scripture. What the frick?
Scripture?
I have to
Are you
process
writing
the
the Bible?
Bible during the. No, I have to like sit there and process what I've read. It's really hard for me to read what I've done once or twice and be like, I know exactly what I'm going to write about. I usually have to get through it multiple times, but I don't have time to do that. Like
I mean, if you're
stare and
writing
be
the whole
like,
Bible, that's a lot to like take in and consider. So I understand if that's. I mean,
oh my
that's
gosh,
rough,
can you
bro.
imagine reading the entire Bible in less than like 20 minutes?
Reading it, let
Woo!
alone writing
I don't
it.
even think that's possible. It's not
I don't.
possible. It's not
Well,
possible.
actually, isn't there like speed readers like who do that
But there's
professionally as
no
a
way that you
sport?
can read the entire Bible.
How many pages?
I mean, you had to go through all the chapters. And there's both the Old and New Testament.
That's a lot.
And you had to go through Mark, Luke, John, the other one, which
Yeah, I
are
don't know.
all
Like,
the same story but told from different perspectives.
but like, hold on. I need to know for science. Excuse me while
Okay,
I
well while you're looking that up, I'll continue my story. We sign up. It's really simple. Uh Hopefully don't get dissuaded by his story because my story is the complete opposite. We go in and I we like go to the lady at the register, and she like we have to give her a sheet of paper or whatever, being like, here's my information and stuff, because we just have like a ticket or something that you just give them, as well as like insurance card or whatever, just so that they can check your medical records and stuff, just to make sure that you can take it, because people who are usually allergic to like flu shots and stuff are being told not to take it, which that makes sense. So we went in, gave him that, and she was like, okay, go over there and sit in those chairs for a while they get set up. So we sit there for, I don't know, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, not long at all. We go in the room, and the lady's like, it's like, we start talking to the lady. My dad is very good at like picking up a conversation, and he's trying to like calm me down because he knows how I am with needles. He's not at all. He doesn't get stressed about any of that stuff. I applaud him. So he's just like striking a conversation. They're talking. Eventually she's like, okay, here we go. Put it in. I do feel it. I feel it. It hurts a little bit. Not bad though. Not the worst thing I've ever felt. Probably the same as a flu shot, you know. There was one vaccine though that I had one time. Holy crap, that hurt. It was one of the ones that are like required for school, and I was like,
Was it HPV?
I don't remember.
Because that one hurt.
It could have been. It was one of the recent ones for senior year.
I think that's HPV, and there's another one.
I don't remember, but I got one. I got my flu shot and then another one, and holy crap, it hurt so bad. I don't even know why. It just, yeah, it sucked. Anyway, you have to like stay there for 15 minutes or something like that, because they don't want you to like tumble over and like have a terrible reaction. It's not a high likelihood that it'll happen, but they just want you to like make sure you're okay, you know?
I actually saw someone, this guy, like, he got injected, literally like 30 seconds later, he just starts vomiting everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
but that could have been stress too, you know, like, well,
Maybe. I don't know.
it works with everybody differently. But here we go. Here's where my story starts to differ from Zach's. I drive home. After the 15 minutes, I drive home. I go home, and I'm completely fine. I even like I start drumming because I'm recording a song. I want to add some drums to it. I'm like, I have like 30 minutes to an hour before my lesson. I'll just get some drums done. I drum for 30 minutes. I get called by my instructor. We actually drum for that lesson. He's a cool guy. He's just like, whatever, we can record. That's fine. I'm drumming. I end up drumming for like 2 hours. Completely fine. Only when I stop that and start driving to my next thing that I have to do, which is my band practice, do I then start feeling it a little bit. And I say a little bit. Only when I go like this. That's the only time that I feel anything, soreness or anything. Okay? Did you feel sore, by the way?
A little bit, not too terribly much, but I definitely felt it.
Okay, good.
Well, actually, the second time. It
Oh,
hurt.
okay. Oh, the second time? Okay. Well, but this time, or for me, nothing. Like, completely fine. I played guitar for an hour and a half. Completely fine. I get home. I get home, and you know, whatever. Wake up the next day. Completely fine. It literally only hurts to touch it. That's it. No soreness in general, and not sick, and completely fine. So just know, like, you should get it because it works very differently with every single person. You might get in between us. You might get me. If you got a weak immune system like Zach, you may get something like Zach.
Well, actually, when you have a stronger immune system, that they say that's when you have the worst reactions.
Weak immune system. Anyway, I would say But like you get like out for a week for like a common cold. So, you know.
Oh yeah, I'm just garbage immune
You're
system 'cause
yeah.
I'm vitamin deficient.
It might be strong, but
It's strong, but it's weak.
it's weak. It's like it's not efficient. So it just takes longer even though it's working harder. Is that how that works? Probably.
I don't think-
know. I don't really
Okay.
know how like I don't know how like immune systems work. I'm not a scientist. Scientists, if you're watching, comment down below. Tell us how wrong we are. Anyway, that'll give us some good comments because comments are good for the YouTube,
for the YouTube algorithm.
That was good. I was trying to lead you. That's what this was. It was like,
I thought you were conducting something
comments
at
are
first, and then I
good.
realized it was me.
yeah, that was for everybody. It's like, come on, everybody, let's do it together.
Time to go to the
Comments are good.
YBCA. You know.
Why PCA? What?
Wait, did I say B? I meant M. Wait.
YBCA? What is the YBCA? Young
Youth
Boys Club Association? I don't even remember what YMCA stands for. Isn't it men's? Because the
Young Men's-
WMCA is a thing.
Young
Men.
or Youth Men's Christian Association?
That might be it. It might be Christian. And then
Yeah,
there's
I
the
thought it was
WCA,
religious.
which is the women's,
Right.
which is weird, but you know what it is. What it is. I mean, there were like back when that was made. You know, there was very different.
It was a
camps.
different time.
It's a different time.
A
That was
different
long time ago.
location. A
The
different
song
era.
kind of a bop, also kind of overplayed. Take that as you will,
Take that back.
dude. Anytime you go to a school dance, UNCG
They
dance,
play it a lot, but it can never be overplayed. That's impossible. I can and will listen to YMCA till the day I die.
that is sad.
No, it's a fucking bop.
You don't listen
bop.
to great music then.
Are you
Why?
you
Okay,
dissing
it's a
the
bop, but
YMCA
when you
song?
play it 4 times in a row, it's not
And?
enjoyable anymore. That's how I feel with like most songs. Like, not, I mean, like I'll listen to songs over and over again, but they have to be like hours apart.
Mm.
I can't like put a song on repeat and be like, this is still good the 50th time. I won't be bored of it. But I'll listen to like a song like Fiction by Polka Dot Stingray, and I could listen to that like every day for a month because you notice new things every time you listen to it. Every single time. Such a good song. I recommend that song. There are a lot of songs like that. Or things that catch you off guard. Those make songs incredible. I love those things. Like Oreo, is that her name? It's OR30.
I think it's Oreo.
I think it's Oreo. She
Leaf
released a new
Beach
album.
Oreo.
I don't know who she's with. She's with some guy. I don't know who it is. But there's a new album. It's super good. There's one song that has like a tap dance part. And I'm like, whoa, that came out of nowhere, but it's awesome.
Shoes.
It's based off of like 20s music, but like electro swing. It's so good. It's really good. Check that out. That's my recommendations for the day. Anyway, I have to text my mom something. So while I'm doing that, you talk about your second.
Okay, so let me set the scene. It goes exactly as the first one we get there, except I have an appointment card. Exactly the same as I described before. We get through, get it, wait 15 minutes, I leave. This time though, I'll tell you, it was better because I had ginger candy to reduce nausea on the way there and back, and that definitely helps.
Look at you go. I don't know if you can hear the claps, but look at you
Nope,
go.
none of them.
Not you, but I think the people could.
We shall see. But yeah, the ginger candy. Oh my god, does that help?
Yeah.
That if you get nauseous, legitimately try ginger. That it works magic.
Yeah. I don't really get that nauseous. But okay, I'll keep that in mind in case I do.
Big brain. big brain.
So then what about like where did you go? The same place?
Same place.
Oh, okay.
You get there once, and then they write you in for a second appointment.
Mm. Oh, well, yeah, I figured that's
Yeah.
how that worked, but I didn't know if it was like the same place or
Same exact place, same exact time.
Mm.
Yeah, it was really organized. I appreciated that.
yeah.
I felt worse.
Wow,
Like
really?
it took longer to kick in. That was the thing because um we were celebrating your birthday on that day. Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, I'm getting the shot in the
Movie.
morning. I need to hold off until tomorrow. If I can just push through, I can like do a thing for Davis. We can do his birthday. We can have fun, and then
And
I can
then
die.
you can die.
Dude, I like stuffed my face full of ginger candy to help with like the sick-induced nausea, and then I like took 2 extra strength aspirin. Like I was set.
You seem
And I
fine.
felt fine
Yeah.
for the duration. I was absolutely fine. And then I got home.
And that cheeseburger set in.
That cheeseburger set in, and then the aspirin wore off, and then it went.
Boom.
I just passed out. I woke up the next morning, and I'm like, this could be a long week.
Yeah. And then he was like, "No, we can't do the podcast." And I was like, "Why not?" And he was like, "I don't want to." And I was like, "Okay."
Not I don't want to. I am physically incapable of.
Work through the pain. Work through the pain. I am a little worried that I'll be sick or something, but we'll see. Did this
It
shot hurt?
was it hurt my arm more, a lot more actually. Like
It was sore.
it was very stiff.
Gotta
felt
do
like
some things.
I had done 200 like dumbbell curls with only my left arm.
Oof.
It was very bizarre.
I
But
continue.
oh, sorry.
Continue.
My parents got theirs the week after I got mine because the
Mhm.
Moderna has I think a 4
Yeah, it's
week.
4 weeks.
And they didn't have like any symptoms before, but they got it bad.
Oh wow.
That time, yeah. My parents were out for like 2 days.
Yeah, I've heard the second
So did my
shot
sister.
is worse.
Yeah.
Which is why I am going to be staying active as soon as I get it. Because it's Thursday, and Thursday is my busiest day. So, gonna be doing a lot of stuff that day.
We'll see.
Trying to, I don't know, keep the blood flowing. I don't know,
Yeah,
do some
if
push-ups.
You might feel the urge to say, you know what? I'll take a quick power nap and then I'll get to work. Don't.
Yeah.
Because that's how it felt the first time for me. I'm like, I'm just kind of tired. I'll take a nap now. And then you wake up
Bam!
hours later. Yeah, then you're done.
I for sure will be like, just keep getting. I don't know if I'll get it as bad. My mom just got the second one, and so that'll be a interesting case to see because she didn't get sick either. So that'll be interesting to see if she gets sick or something. But I'm probably gonna drum or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep active. Try to keep away from soreness. Like my my band instructor, the day he got his, I can't remember if it was first or second, but the day he got it, he went and helped a friend move. And he wasn't sore at all because
Bruh.
he kept it active.
What a G.
He also works, I think, for a moving company, so he's a big
Yeah.
boy.
He's a big boy.
Like he's just like big and strong, and like he could beat me up. He could probably pick me up and throw me.
Wow.
He's
Okay.
he's strong. He works for a moving company, and yeah, he helped his friend move, which I think that might have been a favor. No idea, honestly, but yeah, he tried to stay active as much as possible. I'm gonna do the same, just to see if I get any sorer. I'll let you guys know. Keep you updated.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
the
I
usual.
don't know if it's normal. I just assumed it was because it's happened with other shots for me before. It turned green, like the area around the shot. It went away after
Turning
a
into
couple
the
days,
Hulk
but
or something.
no.
I mean, bruising.
Sadly.
can be green, I guess.
Yeah, it was just weird because I didn't feel it at all, and it was just like, hey, this kind of green.
That's kind of green.
That's kind of green. Would you look at
That's
that,
kind
man?
of green.
Huh.
Okay. Beautiful segue here. Beautiful
Oh boy.
segue. We didn't
Oh
have
boy.
anything else planned, so I'm gonna beautiful segue. We after you got your second shot, we went to the movies.
We did go to the movies.
And we ordered food, which was great. If you haven't
It was good
tried
food.
the Impossible Burger, it's amazing. So good. He didn't get it, but I got it because I'm
I mean,
vegetarian.
I've had it before. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. How did you feel about the movie that we saw, which was Godzilla versus
It
Kong?
wasn't bad. It was odd, but it was good. But it was odd.
I feel like okay. Should we say spoiler alert? I think.
Yeah.
Should we
But-
say
put
spoiler
Put a
alert?
big freaking yellow spoiler alert. I don't know.
Spoiler alert!
Spoilers.
For those of you on the YouTube side, here's a timestamp. The timestamp will be in the middle. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Here's the timestamp
55 minutes, 53 seconds.
for when you can fast forward to. I don't know if we'll be talking about anything else. Maybe we will. I'm not sure. Otherwise, I'll just say skip to the end. I fully endorse if you don't want spoilers for the movie, skip to the end. I don't care. Or you can just end here. Honestly, it's fine.
Or be a real homie, skip to the end and watch to the end from there.
There you go. Or put it on mute and keep it going.
Oh man.
If you want to be a
Oh,
real fan. Anyway, I'm just kidding. We don't care.
Oh, no. What you need to do, it's because they could respond with audio recordings, right? On
Yeah,
Anchor.
yeah.
Send us an audio recording of it being on mute.
Yeah. We are cursed. We are so cursed. Final thing. Oh wait. I feel like I wanted to say something else.
The movie?
But like something before then.
Oh.
Oh, I was just gonna say like our watch time is gonna go. No. Yeah, that's okay. Whatever. We know what we're getting into when we have spoiler alerts. So spoiler alert, and let's get into it. Okay. I gotta say, we talked about it a little bit. I gotta say that it was so Kong heavy. It was like,
It was very,
you're gonna
very
root
Kong
for
heavy.
Kong and you're gonna like
Wait,
it.
we didn't say which movie. It was Godzilla versus Kong.
I did say it. I did say
Oh,
it.
you did?
I don't
Oh,
know
deaf.
if
Okay.
it was. I don't know if it was loud enough, but I'll make sure to. It is. There, Davis. Have fun with that. Davis of the future. But yeah, it was I guess we'll reiterate. Godzilla versus Kong. It was a very Kong
was very
forward
Kong heavy.
movie.
They almost seemed to villainize or whatever.
At
Antagonize.
first, they very much
Godzilla.
antagonized Godzilla.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
I don't know. Does the people who made Godzilla movies and Kong movies, are they two different companies or are they one company?
I don't know.
Because because I would guess they're one company because they probably couldn't antagonize Godzilla as much if they were two different companies. But I don't know. That's what I'm curious.
I think is because the original rights, I believe Kong. Well, because the original
Kong
King
is
Kong movie-
American.
Yeah, I know, but it was made like in America. It was very separate originally, and then I
Mhm.
think I don't know what company, but I'm assuming that one company bought the rights both for
Mhm.
this.
Probably. I mean, Godzilla was started in Japan.
Yeah, it was Gojira originally.
And then King Kong was here. They actually had another movie called that they were gonna make. They had another Godzilla versus Kong actually. There's like an original. Did you know that?
Oh.
It's like
Yeah,
old
yeah.
and they're giant. And they're like in suits.
It's guys in suits.
Yeah,
They're
it's
just, like,
funny.
beating each other up.
But there was actually gonna be another movie. The Godzilla people were gonna make another movie of Godzilla versus Kong originally, but they actually made it against Hydra, or No, not Hydra. That's Marvel. The three-headed thing. Frick. I don't remember what they call it in that universe.
It's like right there.
Is it Hydra? It's not Hydra,
No, it's
though.
not.
I don't know. But the three-headed monster, and they actually had a mecha version of that. Oh, wait. Was it King Kong versus that? Or was it King Kong versus... No, I think it was Godzilla.
Versus Ghidorah.
That's it.
Ghidorah.
Godzilla versus Ghidorah. They actually ended up, just like in Godzilla versus Kong, teaming up and taking down a robotic Ghidorah, I think.
No, it wasn't a robotic Ghidorah. It was Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, you're right. But then they made another movie with Mecha Ghidorah. Crazy.
They did apparent? Oh.
I think so. I could be wrong. But yeah, the Mecha Godzilla existed. And it's so funny to see the characters like fighting. I don't know if you noticed this, but I saw a video about it later. King Kong was actually like bigger than he was before. He like got a upgrade.
Yeah.
Because like Godzilla and him were about the same size in the movie. And in the original King Kong on Skull Island, he wasn't that big.
Yeah, no.
He wasn't that big.
It was pretty funny.
It's so funny. They
I
were
was
like
actually wondering about that.
Yeah, he was just randomly bigger. Also, the fact that they turned Skull Island into like a thing,
containment
like
facility?
a laboratory, was weird. It was
'Cause I
so
don't
weird.
think
Did
they
they move
explained that.
Kong? They never explained that. Was there a sequel in between that I missed?
Because did you watch Skull Island?
Yes. And the
'Cause they didn't explain that, right?
No. I don't think so.
Well, but that containment facility was on Skull Island.
Was it?
Yeah, because they were like, oh, we've interfered here, so there's weather changes and things are getting messed up. So we built this thing to contain him, watch him, and like make it seem like he's in his home environment or whatever.
It was so random. I felt like
they Truman showed him.
It was, but I think I will say above all, the effects and the CGI were insane.
They were good.
Good job on all of that. The effects were stunning. It was a good watch in just two titans fighting each other.
Oh yeah, it was
really
good.
That was good. I just think it was funny that, or not funny, but I think it was just weird because they were randomly like fighting each other, and then it turned out that like they had like an ancient rivalry, and I was like, where did this come from? Why did this come from?
Well, no, they actually did have an explanation.
Well, yeah, I know, but that wasn't in the other, like, it wasn't in the MonsterVerse before that.
In their like cinematic one, it was.
Not until that movie.
No, and before in
Really?
In the one with Ghidorah, actually, the whole reason that Godzilla was fighting Ghidorah was because they were apex titans.
Yeah.
And, an apex titan can't deal with another one existing or whatever. And that's why Godzilla had to kill Ghidorah.
And I know that they were like, they had that at the beginning of the movie, they had the like tournament thing.
The tournament thing.
Do you remember where it was like Godzilla
you mean
versus
the
this? And they
displays
like
where they
exit
had-
off, and then like Godzilla versus this X, King Kong versus this X.
Yeah, yeah.
It was so weird. What I felt was missing was the fact that, and I might just not have seen these movies, but I feel like they skipped over a lot of other Titans, other Apex Titans. Because I saw the one against Mothra. Is that the one who had it? It was the giant bug.
Mothra's not an apex.
Oh, really? But it was in a
Mothra
movie.
helped. Yeah, that was in the same one as Ghidorah. Mothra helped Godzilla against Ghidorah.
I need to rewatch
Because that was like the
movie, I
one where they
guess.
had a bunch of different like big monsters or whatever. And the whole thing was, were they on Ghidorah's side or Godzilla's side? And there was like teams. It was like the Civil War of kaiju movies.
I need to rewatch that movie, I guess, because I don't remember that in the slightest. But I just feel like they skipped over a lot of things because they just showed Godzilla killing things, and they were like, he's the only one left. And then they showed King Kong, and they were like, and I haven't seen him fight anything except like skull crawlers.
Yeah.
But they showed a few other things. From
Did
what I
they?
remember.
I thought it was
think
only the
they
skull
did.
crawlers.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like they showed multiple things. I will say, King Kong Skull Island was great.
That was a
I
great
watched
movie.
it on a plane, and the fact that they just had like a giant praying mantis thing, and it just like stabbed through the guy's head, that scene was hilarious. Remember what I'm talking
Hilarious? I know what you're talking about.
about?
But
It
I
was
wouldn't
so
use
it was
hilarious
so
to
random
describe
and just
that.
out of nowhere that I was just like, okay, all right.
I.
It was just I think looking back it's hilarious because it was just so random and out of context and out of nowhere. It was just like shunk and it was like, okay, that was interesting. But I think it was a good movie because it really did lay the groundworks of a lot of things. Like it introduced King Kong to this monsterverse specifically. It introduced the little kid who taught Kong sign language. Which, honestly, I forgot she even existed until I saw the movie. Very forgettable character. I'm sorry.
In Skull Island, yes.
Yes. In this movie, no. She was very helpful. But in Skull Island, it was just like, I'm here. I'm gone.
I really appreciated the scenes where they were, like, from her perspective. Because, for those of you who haven't watched or don't know, she's deaf.
Yes.
And that's, like, one of the big things. That's why she knows sign language, and that's why she would, like, teaching Kong. So they switch to her perspective when something like dangerous or whatever's happening,
and it's like no sound,
dead quiet.
Yeah,
except
which
for like a rumble of vibrations
and footstep vibrations and like that kind of vibration. But
it was very cool design.
It was so weird though because she had like this second sense when it comes to Godzilla, and it was
she felt the vibrations. It's
well,
like the
but
whole
even
thing of,
she wasn't even close to him. I don't think it was just vibration.
The ocean.
No.
Yes.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when they're in the sky, and like King Kong is dying, and she's like, "I'm sad now," and we're like, "How do you know he's dying? You don't know that."
Well, that was the whole thing of like.
And then she could just like tell what his heartbeat was. I was like, "There's no way you could feel that from 5 feet away. There's no way you can feel that."
Well, okay,
from
now
10
that
feet away.
actually I feel like is possible because the size of that monk.
They couldn't
Like,
feel his
that's a big
heartbeat.
monk.
She had to tell them that his heartbeat was slowing.
Yeah, but it's like the whole thing of when you're missing a sense is the other.
My touch.
enhanced or whatever.
I can now sense vibrations.
That does actually happen. People get more.
Well, yeah, but that's usually
sensitive.
like, it's usually like smell or seeing. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't have deaf.
You don't
I don't have
deaf.
Yes, I don't. I am hearing good. Anyway, I will say that I think that it was a very expected movie.
Yeah, it was pretty predictable plot-wise in terms of how it would turn out.
I think a lot of the things, because I didn't see the trailer, so I didn't know there was like an underground area. I haven't seen many of the other Godzilla movies, so I didn't even know that 11 was in it. It was like there were a lot of surprises to me. Like I didn't know that there was like a world in the center of the thing, which was which was super cool. That was awesome. That scene where Kong flips. Oh boy, that was awesome. And then like going into his like throne.
That was a cool place.
That was so cool. And they were
I
like,
don't know why he was triumphant though. That looked like a sad moment, right?
I don't know. I think it was supposed to be triumphant.
It was
I would have been sad because
he's got no family.
Yeah, they're all dead because of Godzilla's.
Yeah, like he's by himself in this room filled with the bones of his ancestors.
I am king.
I am king. I have axe.
That axe
really
was awesome.
Dude, that thing, he got it supercharged. Like
that was awesome. I will say that while the plot was very obvious and cliche, the effects the battles were
Oh, they were
actually
top-notch.
really good and really really well done.
It's like when you play a game for the fighting mechanics and everything, but the
Jump
plot and the
Force.
story is garbage.
Jump
Yeah.
Force in a sense. Is so good, but the story is so trash.
It shouldn't exist.
It's they should have revamped the story. Hopefully, if they make a Jump Force 2, they got to learn from their mistakes. I don't think they will. They'll probably just release more DLCs.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was really good. The fight between Kong and Godzilla was epic. Like,
Oh yeah.
and like it was so good. The fact that he could like block with this random axe they found,
They never explained it.
I think it was made of like Godzilla. Like it was made of a past Godzilla.
Was that his scale?
Yeah, like his scales.
I guess that would. Oh yeah. I thought
Because
it was
he
just shaped in that
absorbs-
design.
Yeah, and it like kind of looked like Godzilla scales. And I
Well,
think
if you remember, like when he placed it in the ground,
it
that
was
they
like
made it in the
Godzilla,
design of the
which was really cool.
Oh yeah.
So good.
They never
was so
explained
good.
how it got charged from him slotting it in though. It was just like
Yeah, but they
Power!
don't explain why Godzilla has nuclear power either. So it's the same. It's like a magic. It's magic. It's really magic.
No, it's
They're
Hollow
gods.
Earth.
But they're gods. Like
They're
they're
titans.
you know, Matt Pat put it best. They're probably the Titans that like in their universe they're probably the Titans that like Greek gods know. Like and
So
that's
who-
why they're like
Yeah, that's
magical.
fair.
Because if there was an actual monkey that was that size, it literally would be crushed.
I mean, yeah.
Like the gravitational pull on it would crush it. Here's how Matt Pat put it, because he puts it the best way. It would either get crushed to the like its bone would get just crushed altogether and its entire body would be. If its bones were strong enough, all of it would just rip off. Muscle, tissue, heart, all of it would just rip off. So there must be magic involved, which probably means that there's titans, like they said, and probably they're like the titans in the Greek myths. That's at least what they based it off of,
hmm
loosely, you know? I-
Or power move. They're like, because you know there's like those floaty magical rocks, like the anti-grav rocks.
Yeah, but those were just because they were sitting in the middle.
Well, no, like they had the other ones that they had to take a sample of. Remember?
Nah.
They're infused with power.
But like what power? Magic. Oh, we come back around to where I'm right. But
No,
I feel like, but I mean, it's so dumb because people thought that Kong was gonna win. They were like, "Why is he?" I was like, "Why is he gonna win?" Monkey. That's not.
They did it
a
because of the
reason.
monk meme. Yeah.
That's not a reason that he wins. He lost. Okay, he lost. He stinks. He was a good fight, but Godzilla's a walking nuclear reactor.
Yeah. Also, he's kind of like the figurehead of the franchise, so I think if they made him lose, it would be a bit like
Yeah, but I will say it was very King Kong forward.
was.
They were very much like King Kong is the good guy here. They were pushing that.
well, they really emphasized that he was like really similar in mindset to a human,
Yeah,
so it made him more relatable. You
Mhm.
can't really have a conversation with Godzilla.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Monkey, lizard brain. Yeah, they're very
What?
different.
What did you just say?
Monkey versus lizard brain. They're just very different. That's what I meant
Yes.
to say.
Okay.
Sorry. But I think it's interesting because they are very different. I was very like what I call a gray response to both sides. I was kind of like, I'm here for the big fights. I don't care who wins. I don't care who loses. I know Godzilla's gonna win. He's a walking nuclear reactor. He's gonna win. The dual plots actually made sense in this case.
yeah.
Star Wars. They actually made sense because, you know, dual plots are okay. 3 plots, that's where it's like, don't add a C
Triplot.
plot.
Don't-
Don't add a
don't
C
do it.
plot. It's not needed. You just fill in runtime at that point.
What about the legendary D plot?
Shush. If you can find a movie where it's actually good, where it has 4 plot lines at the same time, I'll be impressed.
I shall see.
I'll be impressed. Bring it on. Bring it on the podcast. We can talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, the dual plots made sense. You got one side who is very much on the King Kong side. That was the majority of the thing because they found the inside of the world and
The Hollow Earth.
and again it was very much focused towards Kong,
Mhm.
But the Godzilla parts were interesting. I will say my favorite character is probably the security guard.
Oh my god.
That
he
guy
so
was
funny.
hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. That kid though, oh my god. He took the flask that had the alcohol from his dead wife.
I know.
And he just
The fact that
spilled
the
it.
guy wasn't even that pissed about it. If it was me,
Yeah, he was like,
I would have
hey,
been so
don't
pissed.
do that.
I know. He was so anticlimactic. He was like, hey, was that it? That was about it, though. He just wanted a drink from it. It wasn't like, this is from my wife. No, it didn't matter.
It was like, hey, well, I guess I'm gonna die sober. It was like, okay.
I was like, wow. That was the only thing where I was like, there's some things missing here. There's some stuff missing here. It will be interesting to see where this franchise goes. We're running out of time. So what I want to say finally is it will be interesting to see where this franchise goes because they've already done the Big Boy movie. So I think the next step, stealing this from Matt Pat. I'm sorry, Matt Pat. I'm just a big fan. Mecha G guy.
Ghidorah?
Yeah. That's the next step.
Well, actually, my personal opinion, because a friend of mine when I was younger was like really into Godzilla, so I got like the rundown on a lot of things. They actually make a successful like Power Rangers style big robot that like is for Earth's protection or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they're gonna go for him next, and he's gonna be like the 2.0 of Mecha Godzilla, and it's like we were successful with this one or whatever.
Maybe. But I think, and again, Matt Pat put it best. I'm sorry. Whatever. That was a good video, so check it out. I'll put it in the link in the description. If just for those who've seen the movie, there were a lot of at the end of the movie, the guy dies, but he actually could be being taken over by the guy because all we did was see him die. We didn't see anything else. So, what if his mind is actually taken over by the skull and they build a mecha guy for it and he then has to battle them both again?
But didn't he have like a seizure brain? And then he was like,
Yeah, but that could be that he was taken over. I wouldn't be surprised if like starting of next movie he like opens his eyes and they're like white or something.
oh, I thought he was like bleeding out of his eyes and he like
Mm-mm.
implied brain damage or something.
No,
Oh,
that he just had
okay.
a seizure and
I guess I
then,
just
like passed
filled
out.
in a lot of blanks in my head.
Well, I will say that Matt, again, the video. I'm just gonna just asterisk. A lot of what I'm about to say is from the video.
Matt Pat.
Because he put this all in my brain. They were making Godzilla vs. Kong as the other Godzilla movie came out, and it did poorly for obvious reasons because Godzilla was barely in it. Capcan, who's doing it? That's a person.
Capcan?
Capcom. That's what I meant to say.
Capcom.
Are they doing this movie? I don't remember. Warner Brothers is doing it. Warner Brothers. Shush. I'm Siege. But that movie did poorly, so they didn't want to add anything else to the runtime. They didn't want to add a ton of human plots, which is why the other movie did so badly, is because there was so much human plot. So they took out a lot of things. That's why there was no. The theory is that's why there was no end credits scene, because they were scared to put more human plots in there. And the theory is that what is going to be at the beginning of the next movie, it was going to be at the end, but was taken out, because the movie could have been like 3 hours long. It was what it was going to be. What it was going to be is it was going to be him waking up. That's the theory,
okay.
is that it was going to be him waking up and he was going to be possessed, but they were scared that it wasn't going to do as well because they didn't want human plots. So, which was the problem, and they made up for it a ton in this movie. If you're going to see the movie, I would recommend it. I would give the movie a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
7.5 out of 10. Sheerly because the movie plot wasn't great. But everything else about it was. The characters were good.
Cinematography. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was really good. It was just the plot. The plot takes 3 points. I'm sorry. It's a big part of the movie. It's a big part. I had to take away 3 points for the plot. Everything else was stunning. And that's all the time we got. Anything else you want to say before we end it?
I don't know. Hit like, subscribe.
If you're on the YouTube side, if you're on the listening side.
Do the things like the following and
yeah,
the stars
follow us
and all
or
the
whatever.
things.
Yeah. Let us
Post
know
on
that
your
you're here
favorites list.
by sending an anchor message.
Oh yeah, of you watching.
Use those. Anybody can use those. Literally, YouTube side can do it. It's always in the description. It's always in the whatever. So just, head on over to our anchor and be like, hey guys, how's it going? And we'll like respond to that if we ever build up some, and we'll be like, this episode is dedicated to this, and we're going to talk about it. You could literally submit podcast ideas through there. Okay? Literally. Submit them. Okay? Good. Do the things. You know what to do. Okay. Yay! I don't know how to end these. I never know how to end these.
And that's all. So we'll see you dudes in the next video.
Bye!
So dumb.
Zach.
So dumb.